Steve, were you surprised by last night?
I wasn't surprised that the president won, but I was surprised by the decisiveness of the victory. He won every one of the 9 swing states, with the exception of North Carolina, and I didn't think he would do that. I thought that Romney would win Florida, for example. And then when you look at the returns in the Senate races, the totality of it, that we lost the North Dakota seat, that we lost the Montana seat, that we lost the Wisconsin seat, that we lost the Virginia seat. We were able to manage a victory in Nevada narrowly, but just the Senate losses I am absolutely surprised by.
Yeah, and I think the real question is what this means going forward, because there's a lot of pressure from the business community on the Republican Party and the Democrats to make a deal in terms of the fiscal cliff, to make a deal on tax reform. I think the president was very obviously reaching out last night. He's prepared to make that deal. I suspect John Boehner would like to make the deal. The real question is, can you get the Republicans, especially in the House, to agree to some kind of balanced deal on this, which involves some element of tax increases?
There will be a horrible consequence for Republicans if they're seen as intransigent and obstructionist and catering to Grover Norquist or other special interests or the talk radio hosts. And there has to be, if the leadership can't get it done, there has to be a critical mass of Republicans, serious people, John Cornyn, Bob Corker, Lamar Alexander, Lindsey Graham, who are willing to do business. Because if we don't solve this fiscal cliff, we're going to have a politically induced economic crisis that's going to put the country that's in a weak recovery back into a recession, and it just can't happen. And Republicans have to learn a lesson from this past election, and we can't continue to cater to a narrow group of people that are increasingly out of step with the country.
Yeah, I think there will be a big confrontation in the Republican Party. You and I both called it a civil war inside the Republican Party. I think Jeb Bush and Chris Christie see one way forward for Republicans. I think they're right. But I think there are a lot of other people, Mike Huckabee, maybe Paul Ryan, who think that the problem was, as I guess someone tweeted out last night, one of the conservative commentators, that Romney wasn't conservative enough and that the party needs to move further to the right. And I think this whole bargaining over what to do about the fiscal situation, debt, tax reform, is going to be the first stage of that fight.
Absolutely.